You may have heard recently that Coinbase offered a disclaimer, publicly disclosed that in the case of bankruptcy, their assets, anything that's held in their brokerage accounts, would be subject to being claimed with that bankruptcy. It would be part of their assets. And so this came as a surprise to some people who invest in cryptocurrency or buy it and leave it on an exchange. But it's important to keep in mind that as part of the same announcement, the same statement, they also issued a statement saying that there is no risk of bankruptcy for Coinbase. And so you may, like me, just question how true is that? Anytime a company makes a claim like that, I want to know for myself. And in this case, there's one simple business rule that will really help us try to decide. And that is, as a business, it is incredibly hard to go bankrupt if you don't owe any money. And so businesses that are debt-free are perfectly safe. I mean, they can earn less money, but it's really, really hard to go actually bankrupt if you don't owe anyone. So when you look at Coinbase, it is not a debt-free company, unfortunately, but it does have about twice as much cash and cash equivalents on their balance sheet as it does debt, long-term debt. And so what that means is if that debt is not at favorable terms, let's say that it's a variable interest rate and the rates go up, they could simply pay it off at any point that they need to. And so if you're still left asking the question, well, what are the chances they go bankrupt? The answer is not anytime soon. I mean, it could happen, but they would really have to struggle as a company for a long time, make a lot of bad choices, and things go poorly for an extended amount of time before they could go bankrupt. You may have heard recently in the news that the CEO, Brian Armstrong, announced that they were going to lay off or let go about 18% of their workforce. They had been in a hiring phase, and so they've gotten some criticism because at the beginning of the year they were hiring. They had a goal to hire 6,000 new employees this year, and apparently they had hired about 1,200 of those, but now they're actually doing layoffs. And while that's unfortunate, that's not something that we want to see. Certainly, I don't want anyone to lose their job. But as an investor, I want to see that the CEO is willing to do the hard thing to keep the business healthy, to keep the business lean, and make choices to stop expanding the growth during this time when cryptocurrency is down, revenues are going to be down. They're going into more of a survival mode for a time, and when things start to turn around, then they can start hiring again, and they can start looking to grow the business quicker again at that point. One other thing I'll mention, the whole idea that if Coinbase were to go bankrupt, they could end up having to use your cryptocurrency as part of their assets to pay off creditors. The deal with that is Coinbase is a brokerage. And if you are trading cryptocurrency and you're leaving it sit on a brokerage, you're doing it wrong. Okay, some day traders do that. Maybe they just park that amount of money on the brokerage and they just hope that nothing ever goes wrong. They don't ever get caught with that company going down. But it's not like stocks or a bank account where it's insured by the government. The cryptocurrency exchange, their platform, if you leave your cryptocurrency on their platform, it is essentially on paper, it's theirs, it's part of their assets during that time. And so for myself, when I buy Bitcoin or Ethereum, I transfer it onto a wallet. I don't leave it sitting there in the Coinbase account. And so if you're doing that, if you're transferring your crypto back off the exchange onto a wallet, then you're not at any risk in that case. It would be like if I go to an ATM and I take cash out and I put it in my wallet. If the bank goes bankrupt, does that take the cash out of my wallet? No, I still have the cash. And so if you're using cryptocurrency exchanges and you're just leaving your money sit there, you're being lazy and sloppy. And if one of them goes down, yes, you could be at risk of losing your crypto. I hope that helps. and I hope you have a great day.